Hey everybody, Jake here from Bearded Gear, and I have some impressions to give you guys of this knife. This is a special factory edition, factory special. Oh, I always forget what it's called. Hold on, pull it up real quick to make sure I'm not wrong. A special factory series version of the Zero Tolerance 562 CF. So this one is the technically ZT 0562BLGRY. The BL means blue, the GRY means gray, because it has this blue carbon fiber show scale, and then it has gray coating on the lock side as well as the blade. So I think it looks pretty sweet. I mentioned in my unboxing I actually owned a 562 CF at one point. I really liked that knife. Mine was modded. It had a forward finger choil added to be more like the XM18, and then it also, what else did it have? Oh, I had a whole hardware set on it of Hinderer hardware that was all blue anodized, and it looked really cool. I liked that knife a lot. That was just the 562 CF, the regular version. I think mine was in 20 CV. But yeah, I really liked that knife. It was stupid smooth, really drop shutty, carried really well. There was a lot that I liked about the knife, and I've actually been considering getting another ZT562 because, to be blunt, I like it better than the XM18. I really do. I've thought about it more and more as I've been flicking this here at my desk for the last couple of days, and I like the design of the Hinderer XM18 a lot, and I like a lot about the knife, but there are a few things that just don't super agree with me on it. Overall, the ergos are really good for my hand, but the amount of jimping that they put on the XM18 is too much for me. I don't want all that jimping. If you like jimping, more power to you. I don't. I feel like that knife would be better without it, and this is an evidence of why I think that, because this is an XM18 in terms of the design of this knife. That's what this knife is, but it has less of the jimping, not no jimping, but a lot less, and this one sports a proper deep carry clip, and it's actually one of my favorite deep carry clips that I've ever personally carried extensively. Back when I had one of these and carried it a lot, I just loved the way this knife rode in pocket. I love how deep it sits. I like that it's a black coated deep carry clip. As I wear black pants a lot, that makes it even more incognito. Comes right to the butt end of the knife. It does this fun thing where it actually loops over to hook into like where this barrel spacer is back here. So it technically goes just past the edge of the knife. So it sits where all you can see is clip, you can't see any knife. That's what a deep carry pocket clip should do. There's nothing sticking up under there, getting in the way. It's got good retention, goes in and out of the pants well. This is a excellent pocket clip. The pocket clip that comes on the Hinderer XM18, I don't like. I just don't like it. It's not that it's bad at going in and out of pocket, but I prefer having a deep carry clip that comes all the way to the butt end of the knife. This is about perfect for me as far as pocket clips go, and that one on the XM18 just leaves quite a bit of knife sticking out of your pocket. I find that this one in my hand, I feel less. This one isn't hot spotty at all. It's not bothersome. Right where it sits kind of in the, I don't know, the pocket of my palm when I'm wrapped around the knife. The one on the Hinderer, it just isn't quite as comfortable for me. So there are a couple of things about this one that just make it, for me, better for my preferences. Not saying that it's the nicer knife, not saying that the XM18 is a ripoff or anything like that. You're absolutely allowed to believe, and you'd probably be right in a lot of ways, that the XM18 is a better knife. But for me and my preferences, this knife just fits me better. And it's drastically cheaper. It's still done in excellent materials, has fantastic fit and finish, a great warranty, still made in the USA. There's a lot of good happening here. So I don't really have any qualms at this point with saying I prefer this to the real Hinderer XM18. And I know a lot of people over the course of time have probably said the same thing, and other people have probably made videos or statements debunking why the Hinderer actually is the better knife. I don't care. I like this one better. It's purely my preference, but I'm just saying that. So I will likely eventually be getting my own 562. I don't know what version I'll get or what, but it probably won't even be in the immediate future, but I'm closer now than I already was, and I was already thinking about it, to getting another one of these for myself, because it's a knife that I've missed since I let go of. I wouldn't care to have the forward finger choil again. I actually like having more cutting edge on this one. I don't find with this design that I find myself needing or wanting really to choke up. These ergos just work really well for me. So I wouldn't like mod the next one like I had my first one. I might do a hardware swap or something eventually, or a scale swap. I don't know, but let's talk about this version, because that's what this is about. And I'm sure some of the people already who are watching this video just because they want to see this knife are furious with me that I would tell such a long personal story about my feelings about this model of knife in general before talking about this specific one that they came here to learn about. I don't care, but here we go. So this version of the knife, as stated by it being this special factory series, has these couple of things that are different about it. Are they really different? No. They're a little bit different. So this show scale material hasn't been done from the factory before, at least not that I'm aware of. I'm pretty sure that's a big part of what makes this so special. And so it is this cool blue carbon fiber. I'm not personally a big fan of weaving in color in this format of carbon fiber. I do like the way like fat carbon looks and some other kind of carbon-based materials that have some stuff in them. Or like I had a Berg Slim a while back that had lightning strike carbon fiber in it. That was cool because it had like wire woven through the carbon. And I found out later that that's actually done for a reason. Apparently on aircraft, when they use regular carbon fiber, if it gets struck by lightning, it causes major issues, whereas if they infuse that wire into it, they're able to mitigate that problem. So that's a very unscience-y way of explaining it, and I had it explained to me properly, so I'm sure you can look into it to find out what the real, actual, how that works is, but I just thought it's even cooler that lightning strike carbon fiber has a purpose. It's not just like, let's put some wires in this carbon because it'll look cooler. It's like a material that was engineered for some pretty cool stuff. Anyways, I'm not usually huge on blue carbon fiber or red carbon fiber, or like ZT has also used that puke green carbon fiber on the whatever that newest Emerson design one was, the 640 I think it is. This blue one doesn't bother me per se, but I wouldn't pick this scale material for myself. I like the color blue, I like carbon fiber, but I'd prefer this if it was just the regular carbon scale, or if it was like a blue fat carbon or something, then we're talking. But the scale is the same as it's going to be on the 562 CF, it just has some blue color in it. That's what's different. Then, obviously, the other part of this being a special series is that it is coated. So the blade is coated and the lock side is coated. They're coated this really nice gray color. I forget now, and I feel bad. I really should have looked it up. And I don't want to be that a-hole who just says, Google it yourself. But maybe someone in the comments can let us know. I forget what type of coating this is. I don't think it's DLC, because I don't know if you can do a gray DLC. It kind of seems like it's PVD to me, the nature of it and the way it kind of reacts to the oils in my fingertips. It seems similar to the PVD, like in how reactive it is to my River's Edge Cutlery PM2. So I'm guessing it's PVD, at least on the blade, and probably on... Although on the titanium it feels a little different. I don't know. It's all coated gray, and either someone in the comments will let us know, or you can look on the Zero Tolerance website what they coated these with. But it's this nice gray coating. As I mentioned in my unboxing of this knife, and probably at the beginning of this video, although now I don't remember, this knife is not mine. This is a buddy's who wanted to purchase this, but was hoping that it could get sent here first so that I could do a quick this video on it before it went to him, and I was happy to do that because it's a cool chance for me to check out a special variant of this knife, and because I've been curious about the idea of getting myself another one of these, I kind of jumped at the opportunity because it seemed like a good way to have one in hand again and be able to play with it for a few days, even though I haven't carried or cut with it. I've fidgeted with it a lot here at my desk, and I really quite like it. This knife came out of the box perfectly centered. The action is excellent. It's a little bit, just a little bit grittier than mine was, but mine was really broken in, and this is still quite drop shutty, but mine would have like guillotined shut at that point. So I may drip a little bit of KPL in there. The rightful owner of the knife said I could if I felt like it, but the action really is quite good on here. I imagine another week or two of flicking it open and closing it a whole lot, and this thing is going to be really, really smooth. Everything in here just it's a very nice knife. It's not ultra lightweight, but it's not super heavy either. The ergos for me are excellent. It carries really, really well. And this variant, if it speaks to you, color palette wise, it's really cool. I can't speak to the longevity of the coating, like I said, because I haven't done any cutting with it whatsoever. But if it's PVD, like the PVD I've experienced in the past, then it's going to be really good. Even if it is somehow DLC, and I'm wrong about that, then DLC coated blades tend to do pretty well. And I've got DLC coated blades from ZT that do great. So I would imagine this would be a good variant of the knife if you're buying it to be a user. I imagine quite a few people are buying these more as a collectible variant of the knife, because from what I understand, it was a fairly limited run. This one is serial number 0122, so it's number 122. I don't know off the top of my head how many of these were made, but I think I remember seeing it said that there was a certain number of them, and that because it's this special factory series, whatever they call it, that it's kind of like a sprint run or an exclusive in that it'll only be done one time. I think it did pretty well. They seem to sell out pretty fast, so maybe ZT will start playing this game a little more. I don't think this is the first time they've done a project like this. In fact, I'm almost positive it's not. But I don't pay as close of attention to ZT as I do to other brands. Although I've owned quite a few, and I'm sure I'll own more. I like their knives a lot. So I guess this is a pretty scattered impressions video, because I have a kind of longer history with this knife, even though I don't own one anymore. The one I had, I carried and used a lot for a long time. And yeah, I don't know. I guess that's kind of all I have to say about this knife impressions wise. There's nothing that different here from a regular 5.62 CF. In fact, I would consider it only to be aesthetic differences, because oh, that's a bummer. Hold on. As I was saying, I believe literally the only differences are going to be the coating and the color of the carbon fiber. And I'm pretty sure there have been other coated variants of this knife. I know there's the tiger stripe one. I don't know if that's technically considered a coating or how they accomplish that, but there's already a number of options of these, and this is just kind of the latest one. And so I think it's either for collectors or for people who blue and gray really sticks out to. If it does for you, awesome. This is a cool version. If not, the model itself is one that I absolutely recommend, and that I can kind of stand behind because I've used a lot. So there you have it. That'll be my impressions video on this guy. It is, again, the ZT562 BLGRY. I think I got that right. Blue-gray. Yeah, that sounds right. And I appreciate my buddy for loaning this to me so that I could check it out. It's going to be in the mail to him tomorrow. And then it'll be time to really decide when the time is right for me to get another one of these, because I think it really is just a matter of time. So we'll see. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you watching.